Olá, bom dia from Sao Martinho de Porto, where if you wait long enough, interesting people turn up at the bus stop. Johnny Cocktail here from the Gumper community on a visit from the Algarve, right?
Correct.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
And you had a little mission here connected with your fantastic enterprise, My Cocktail Mind. Is it okay to talk about that? Can I ask you?
Let's.
On what business do you come here, sir?
Well, it was a dual benefit. I had 2 interviews of great bars, great bartenders, and that's my focus. My mission is to promote these businesses because they're hardworking professionals, they're skilled, they're passionate about their craft, they have great hospitality, and I want visitors to and residents of Portugal to be aware of these great things that await them. And so I came up here, had interviews Wednesday and Thursday. Today's a travel day going back. And I'm here today because of my prior visits with you and being at the Great Bar. That'll be broadcast. That episode will be in June.
We've not given away suddenly. Well, thank you for spotting that, because we could have remained talking for the next until your bus comes, because that's what's happening. I'm at the bus stop with Johnny Cocktail, which is sounds like a Hall & Oates album, doesn't it? At the bus stop with Johnny Cocktail. So yeah, we're not saying what the venue, the establishment is in Sao Martinho de Porto. You might want to guess in the comments. Generally speaking, John, how's it going with the My Cocktail Mind project? Could you tell people what it is and tell me how it's going?
Well, I hinted on it that yes, it's about a promotion of, a celebration of the craft cocktail bars in Portugal. Again, just to give these people the recognition that they're due. So I get to travel throughout the country, having great drinks made by great bartenders, and get the word out.
Well, that sounds like a win-win, and you know what could possibly go wrong? Being a connoisseur of cocktails, it's all good, isn't it?
Well, there's 2 well-documented downsides of cocktail consumption.
Really?
The first one is loss of memory. And the second one is, hold on a minute. Wait,
Very good.
I got it. Yes, it's loss of memory. I knew I'd get it.
Where's my jingle when I need it? Ba-dum-dum. Yes, very good.
I'd like to say I'll be here all week, but I might be because I'm waiting for the bus.
Yeah, your bus is coming in a few minutes. Well, on that matter, the clickbaity, eye-grabbing, attention-grabbing title, "What's it like to travel around Portugal on public transport?" You made that decision, right? Not to own a vehicle. How's it going on public transport?
Been here over a year and a half, and I have lots of bus rides, lots of train rides, and sometimes I think I have a train ride and it turns into a bus ride because of a strike.
Yeah, which happened this time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was frustrating because at the last minute, the day I was supposed to leave was supposed to be a waning of it.
Yeah.
And the night before I left, I had to pivot and cobble together a few bus rides.
Shout out to James Holly, the mindful migrator. You get to feel how you want about things. You weren't best pleased, were you?
Naughty words.
But generally speaking, that is I was going to say that's exceptional. A strike, direct action, industrial action on public transport, but it's not. I mean, it's happening quite a lot at the moment against a context, a background of actually very good public transport in Portugal. But that is a bit of a problem at the moment, isn't it? The amount of strikes.
Well, yes, because one strike is a domino to other strikes, and there's so many different groups that are behind the scenes making the transportation happen.
Yeah.
That in solidarity, if one of them has an issue, then the others fall in line. And
I think Antonio F in our community, he's like our Portuguese neighbour in our virtual community, our virtual village. He said there were like 15, 16 unions involved in the strike.
It was a crazy alphabet soup. I had no idea what they meant, but
Right.
what it meant is that I didn't get to get here by a train.
Yes, yeah, brilliant. People wanting to emulate you using public transport, drinking cocktails.
Oh, I thought that's where you were going.
No, we'll deal with both. But given that, would you recommend people still use public transport here in Portugal and not have a car?
Well, I guess it depends on where you're from and what you're used to. On the east coast of the United States, where I came from, public transport is more readily available with trains and underground and such. On the west coast where I lived, we could fit a few of their states in the states that we have. And I used to drive for my work 30,000 miles a year.
Wow.
And so now I haven't had a car for over a year and a half. And if I need to rent a car because I'm going someplace to an interior or beyond the train line, I do it.
Yeah, amazing. So you're not unhappy to be letting someone else do the driving?
Oh, that means I can have that extra or extras of wine at dinner. I don't have to worry about getting behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about parking and navigating these small Portuguese roads in sometimes too big of a car.
And let's keep our fingers crossed then. Boa sorte. And give those men what they need to get them back on the rails on the roads, right?
Men and women.
Men and women, yes.
They both serve me well.
Yes, good point of order, Chairman. Excellent. And if people want to follow in your cocktail drinking footsteps, tell us about how they can find you. And generally, the picture of cocktail drinking in Portugal, how would you assess it?
It's brilliant. Again, and this is what I've been able to enjoy. I've created numerous cocktails. You're familiar with at least one of them.
The Munson. Love it.
Yeah. And it's because I have exposure to spirits that I didn't have access to before I arrived.
Including this product placement here, right?
Ta-da-ta-da. You were the introducer to me of Beral, and it's found its way into many Johnny's signature cocktails now.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Because I actually really like Beral. Just on the rocks, as a little bit of a pre-bedtime drink, but you're taking it to another level by bringing it into cocktails that you're creating here.
That's right, and it's not just Beral. I happened to be in Lisbon last month, and it was just a surprise after dinner little tipple that the waiter brought us something, and I truly enjoyed it. I'd never had it before. I never knew about it. I asked him where I could get it, so the waiter, after our meal, takes me downstairs and outside to show me the shop where I can get a bottle. And
what was it?
I'm going to surprise you.
Oh, another cliffhanger. Okay,
yeah, I like to hang cliffs.
On that note, on our calls last night with Expats Portugal, Debbie from Coimbra, who's an amazing source of information, suddenly declared her love of a Kahlua in her coffee. A shot of Kahlua, which she said she couldn't find here in Portugal, but somebody had found a local equivalent called mulata, I think. Have you come across that coffee liqueur?
No, but it's a good thing that we're recording this, because then I don't have to try to remember, because my memory.
That's right.
Fall back.
Well, I'll put a link to it in the comments here for you, Johnny. But yeah, mulata is a coffee cocktail if you're struggling to get Kahlua.
Well, no, I can actually find Kahlua at Suarez, and I make my own coffee liqueur. And
you do?
Oh, I have a suite of liqueurs that I make myself.
Okay.
So one of the hard things is, and here in Portugal, you can't get those overproof neutral grain spirits that really do it, like the 90, anything above 80% alcohol is standard in vodka.
You can't get them,
it's
or
harder to
you
find.
can't find them yet?
I've even talked to people who know more about this than me, and they say you can't import it, because I'm going to be heading to the States. I was wondering if I could bring back a
you've
bottle
got some explaining to do,
of
right?
Everclear, because it draws out more of the fruit flavors in a way that lower ABV doesn't.
Wow, okay. All right, so that's an ongoing challenge.
It is, but great drinks. I like to form panels in which I bring friends in to have samples of a portion of many different potential preparations, and then I retool that, and then I launch a drink.
My cocktail mind in action, if you happen to be a friend of John's here.
Get in line.
Yes, yeah, get your name on the waiting list for that. For cocktail fans, you're saying that the scene is good in Portugal.
Yes.
You're exploring it. What are the high notes, the top notes of cocktail tasting here in Portugal? Are there great names you can share with us of bars?
Well, I'm getting started. I have a long list, and because of my own personal travels and adventures being here new and hosting a lot of people, I'm trying to carve out time for this. I'm just getting started. I do have a website, www.mycocktailmind.com, and through that it has links to the Instagram and the Facebook. and other social media, YouTube channel where I will be posting the interviews.
Wonderful.
And then I also have a little side segment of that. It's called Sidecar, a nice cocktail term, and it's just referencing little tips to home bartenders, especially those that are just beginning their cocktail journey. I'm a great consumer of not just cocktails, but cocktail and spirits media and content, and so I'm doing the heavy work.
You're distilling it for people.
Yes, I am, and so and straining, shaking it up and stirring it into a nice chilled glass.
Yes.
And so I'm doing all of that and just bringing it in a concise, which is really hard for me, you can tell, form. And
he manages it on his website.
And it just helps people along the way, I hope.
That's so good. You didn't give me any good names though. Is that unfair to say go check out this place, go check out that place, or would you prefer people to visit your website for those names?
Check out the website, because I never know when the bus is going to come around the corner, and I don't want to leave anyone with another cliffhanger.
Well, that's what we're doing here, isn't it? We're waiting for the bus to come.
This is the 9:40 bus.
What time is it now? I think we're a little bit past that.
Yeah, I think it's about 9:50.
This bus has come, from the north of Portugal and is making its way to the Algarve?
No,
going to Lisbon?
Oh yeah, I always have to go through Lisbon, stop at Sete Rios and have a little sundae and
Sete Rios, yes,
and
near the
cafe with a little gap in between.
I don't know if I can spin my camera
Is
around.
Is this bus number 5?
I think there is a bus coming.
Is this number 5?
I'm going to turn it round. Caldas de Rainha for this one.
Yes.
No, he's waving his finger at us. Did you see that? Yeah. Was he waving his finger because he didn't want to be filmed, or because he's not the right bus?
Well, it's not the first time I've had a finger waved at me
I'm sure.
today, but
sure.
Hopefully.
Oh, these gentlemen here.
Yeah,
now,
they're all
there are seasoned travellers, aren't there, who are very relaxed at this moment, and there are people who've not been at this bus stop before, or maybe not even used public transport in Portugal before, who are looking like chickens, aren't they? Like wondering
They need to understand that this is not Switzerland.
Okay, tips for travellers then, especially on the buses here. This isn't Switzerland, as in it's not going to be here bang on time.
Except for, I'm very impressed with the Lisbon Metro.
Okay, yeah.
Doors open, people in and out, doors closed, boom, 6 minutes later, here comes another one.
Done, yeah, okay. Not so much on the roads, as you might expect, okay? We're not on rails here, are we?
No.
They've got to stop.
No, we're
if there's a
definitely
jam.
off the rails.
We are off the rails here. Yeah, and sorry, we were interrupted by the arrival of not the bus that you're going to be getting there. That was the Caldas de Rainha there. We're looking for bus number 5 that's coming from the north, taking Johnny to Sete Rios in Lisbon. And then is it another bus or a train after that?
It's another bus, a straight shot. Well, it'll make typically a few stops in Algarve along the way.
Right, okay.
And so I'll get home during the 5 o'clock hour, I think.
Okay, so a day's travelling.
Yeah.
But a lovely opportunity to look at Portugal through the window of the bus.
The storks.
On a beautiful...
The storks on the power lines on the A2.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, take the bus just for that.
It's true, isn't it? Because as well as, I know it's an old cliche, isn't it? But it's about the journey. And here in Portugal, when you travel on the bus, even though you're on the toll roads a lot of the time, you will get to sightsee, won't you? You'll pass castles, you'll pass storks.
Yes.
It's beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful, and you've got a great day for it here today.
Yes.
I'm a little bit concerned about your bus.
Oh, not me.
You're not. You're just too seasoned to...
Yesterday, coming from Setúbal and getting to Lisbon, I was supposed to have the 89 bus at a particular time.
Yeah.
Well, about that time, the same bus line came with a number 98 bus.
Oh, yeah.
And I showed my ticket to the driver, and I had seat number 5, and he told me there is no seat number 5. And I told him I'm on this bus line at this time, leaving from here and going to there, the same place as you. He said, get on.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't even, it was impossible for him to scan my QR code.
But he took your word for it?
No, I had the ticket.
Yes.
Yeah.
How amazing, how amazing.
Just another day in the life.
Any other tips for travellers? The seats are numbered, you can't just jump anywhere you want, and that can cause a little bit of difficulty, a frisson of excitement.
Like in any pre-sold seat. Yeah,
yes.
Get out of my seat.
Yes.
But they're on the buses, there are not always toilets available. There may be a toilet on the bus, but you can't get in it. But
really?
On the trip from the Algarve up to Lisbon, they make a roadside stop. at a
A
real,
roadside
They
stop.
made a stop
And hold a blanket up.
at a Calibri or something.
Yeah, and I've noticed this when I've travelled to Porto from here. I think I got up to get the 5:30 or 6 o'clock bus. I was in Porto mid-morning. It was a really great journey. And they'll stop at a bus station for 10 minutes. And you have to make sure you get back on the right bus.
Yes.
At Coimbra, I got off and used the restroom, as John would say, the bog, as we call it in the UK. Got back on the bus, and I looked across to the bus next to me. I thought, those people on the other bus look a lot like the people I was just on the bus with, and realised I'd stepped onto the wrong bus, because they all look the same, of course, but quickly got off and everything was fine. But yeah, don't worry too much about those restroom stops. They will make
They will be, and everyone, or they're almost every ride, someone does go up to try to get to the bathroom. They can't. They go up to the driver, and then I hear them come back to their travel companion. They say, 10 minutes, 10 more minutes, and it's not.
Can you hold it
It's
in?
a little longer, and so I always let them pass first. And
It's probably just standard dad driving techniques, isn't it?
Yes.
We'll be there soon. 10 minutes.
don't make me come back there.
Don't make me come back there. All that sort of stuff.
So hold my wheel.
That's right. Amazing. Any other tips? Good seat numbers.
Oh yeah. No. Well,
I like that
often
one. I
you-
like the
you
one
know-
at the back. I like the one at the back where you can see right down the aisle. Do you like that
The
seat?
cool kids always sit in the back, and the coaches always sit in the front.
Yes.
So, yes, that, and it's inevitable also that someone will answer a phone,
Yeah. And
and
talk
they-
for
they-
half an hour.
and they speak on speaker,
Yeah.
and they must be talking to someone very far away because they have to speak very loudly.
Yeah. 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 Okay. And so you take your noise cancelling headphones for such an occurrence.
I turn up my AirPods, and I create more damage to my ears.
Yeah. Very good. That's one way of dealing with that. But yeah.
What did you say?
Wi-Fi on there, of course. You've got your AirPods on. You could be watching Netflix or your streaming platform of choice.
They generally
the
have
Wi-Fi is good, right?
Wi-Fi on the trains, on the buses. Sometimes it's a lack of continuity. It's not that great on the bus as it is on the train. Trains have great bathrooms. They'll have food service. Yes. Some international, the high-speed trains, they even push a cart down.
Yes, that's right. And cost. Finally, cost then, because I thought we were going to have the arrival of the bus. I think
That's
we
my
are.
bus.
This is the bus, isn't
That's
it?
on my
Cost then, Johnny.
blue search image.
How good value are these other buses here in Portugal?
Well, for me, it's pretty darn easy, and it's worth it, and it's comfortable. And again, you do have Wi-Fi, and that's the number 5. So here's my trip to Lisboa.
There you go, the number 5, everybody.
Ta-da-ta-da.
Isn't that amazing? Ready, Expressos. Johnny, so good to see you. Take care. Bye for now.
Always enjoy our time together, no matter where we meet.
Boa viagem on the bus.
Muito obrigado.
Excellent.
Bom fim de
So
semana.
he'll get his phone out and do a scan of your phone, right?
Sim.
There's the
Olá,
lens.
bom dia.
I know this driver.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I've been to Seterios myself. If you're wondering where we've been sat, we are outside the school. There's the Intermarché on the other side of the road, and there's a school behind me. But we appear to be sat by the boiler room, I think, of the school here. So let's just get Johnny in the shot here and say farewell to my friend Johnny Cocktail, everybody, as he gets on the bus and makes his way back down to the Algarve. Go on.
Tchau, Carl.
Tchau.
Bom fim de semana.
Bom fim de semana. How about that? The number 5 at 9:40. This is going to become a legendary bus now. The 9:40 from Sao Martinho de Porto to Seterios in the capital in Lisboa. Have a great weekend, everybody. Ciao, Johnny Cocktail. I can't see him through the smoked glass, I don't think, of the bus. No, can't see him through the windows. But let's see him depart here. He's probably making horrible gestures from the bus. Bye, Johnny! That brief encounter at the bus stop. Do you love me, darling? Right, it's going to turn around the roundabout and come the other way now. And this is where we wave to Johnny, everybody, okay? That's the Intermarché, the great shopping chain Intermarché. Over there, beyond the shopping car park there. The bus has turned the roundabout and is making its way back towards us. Here it comes. Let's pan that bus. Farewell, Johnny, farewell.